but also close friends.
Bajor and Cardassia? Maybe. You and me? I doubt it.
All I ask is that you have an open mind.
All right, Ducat. That's enough. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to spend the next 6 hours in silent meditation.
Is that a request or an order?
Whatever it takes.
Well, in that case, as much as it pains me.
We both might survive this trip after all.
They didn't even wait for the interview to be over. After 20 minutes, Minister Azin said she'd heard enough, and if I wanted the job, it was mine.
So what'd you tell him?
What do you think I told him? I said yes.
Congratulations.
That's it?
Oh.
That's not what I meant. I want to know how you feel about it.
Oh, I think it's great. We'll see a lot more of each other.
You know, I was thinking about what Dak said. Maybe I should get quarters on the station.
That's a big step.
What does that mean?
I just meant it's a big step.
A bad big step or a good big step?
A good one.
Could you muster up a little more enthusiasm?
I am enthusiastic. I'm proud of you. This job.
Forget about the job. I'm talking about us. I tell you I'm thinking about living on the station, and all you can say is it's a big step?
Oh, I don't think you took it the way I meant it.
I don't think you know what you meant, but I do. You are afraid of commitment.
Who said anything about commitment?
Obviously not you. You know what? Forget the whole thing. I'm not going to take the job. If you don't want me to stay here, that's fine with me.
How'd you get a hold of this, Razka?
I bought it off a Ferengi scrap metal merchant.
It appears to be composed of Uridian alloy. It's definitely Cardassian.
Can you tell if it's from the Ravenok?
Why didn't you tell me you were bringing him along?
Because when we talked, I didn't know I would be.
Too bad. The Marquis would have paid handsomely to get their hands on him.
And my government would be very happy to get its hands on you. Raska Khan, if I'm not mistaken. Smuggler, thief, black marketeer. There are at least 12 outstanding warrants for your arrest on Cardassia right now. But I suggest we ignore all that and try to cooperate with one another.
The voice of the new Cardassia, so compassionate, so understanding. Almost makes you forget that 5 years ago he was working Bajorans to death in forced labor camps and shooting anybody who tried to stop him. Almost makes you forget.
It's from the Ravnuk. No doubt about it.
Did the Ferengi tell you where he found it?
No, but I was curious, so I bribed one of his crew members. Turns out his last trip was to the Dazaria system.
Dazaria. I believe there is one Class M planet in that system.
Barely Class M. He found that in orbit.
Dazaria it is, then. Thanks, Raska. I owe you one.
Just let me know what you find out. Lord was my friend, too.
I just don't understand how the Ravenok could have gotten so far off course. Jazaria is light years away from where they should have been.
The Central Command always believed that the ship was destroyed in some sort of escape attempt by the Bajoran prisoners.
Maybe. But they could have had a problem with their navigational array or run into some kind of subspace anomaly.
Hopefully, we'll find the truth.
We're entering orbit.
I'm reading severe ionic interference in the planet's atmosphere. Sensors will be limited, to say the least.
I'm picking up a faint magneton signature. It could be residual radiation from a damaged warp nacelle.
Shall we beam down?
I wouldn't advise it. All this ionic interference will scatter our molecules halfway around the planet. We're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way.
It's gonna be a difficult landing. I'll take the controls if you like.
That'll be the day. Going in.
Invigorating, isn't it? A bit sunny, perhaps, but this heat feels wonderful.
Only a Cardassian would call this hellhole invigorating.
Oh, I forgot. Compared to us, you Bajorans are a bit fragile. Physiologically speaking, of course.
Don't worry about me.
It's a big step. That's all you said.
That's all.
You sure?
Positive.
What do you think, Julian?
It's ambiguous, definitely open to interpretation. But it could have been worse. He could have said, it's a very big step.
You didn't say that, did you?
I don't think so.
Well, that's good anyway. So, what does he do now?
It's simple. He goes to Cassidy, admits that everything was his fault, and pledges his undying love.
That sounds a little extreme to me. What if he just tells her he made a mistake, that there had been a misunderstanding, and that he really would like her to live on the station?
Could work. Assuming that's what you want.
Captain, I would think long and hard before answering.
I don't recall asking your opinion, Quark.
Well, maybe you should. I mean, who knows more about women than me?
Everyone.
You humans. All you want to do is please your women. You want them to be your friends. But we Ferengi know better. Women are the enemy, and we treat them accordingly. The key is to never let them get the upper hand. If she says she doesn't see you enough, threaten to see her even less. If she wants more gifts, take back the ones you've already given her. It's all about control.
What if your woman leaves you?
That's what all the suits are for.
It's a wonder the Ferengi reproduce at all.
So, you never answered the question. Do you want her to stay or not?
I appreciate all the advice. I'll let you know how it turns out.
So, just between you and me, what do you think about Cassidy moving onto the station?
It's a big step.
A very big step.
And she didn't just crash. These are phaser hits.
Looks like she put up quite a fight.
We paid for it. "12 graves.
There were 18 crew members and 32 prisoners aboard.
So where's everybody else?
First things first.
What are you doing?
We need to identify these bodies.
I'll help.